Welcome to the first podcast dedicated to design and BIM insights in the global architecture, engineering, and construction industry. Brought to you by Axiom Global, this podcast explores how design thinking, digital workflows, and collaborations are shaping the future of AEC delivery. At Axiom Global, we provide architectural, engineering, and structural design solutions, as well as custom software and AI solutions to the AEC industry. With a strong focus on quality assurance, our work is built on process-driven workflows and communication standards aligned with our UK head office and subsidiaries in the USA and Australia. In this podcast, we'll share insights from real projects, conversations with industry experts, and perspectives on how design and BIM continue to evolve across global markets. I'm Sujona Chatterjee from Axiom Global, and in our first episode, we will explore why global firms increasingly rely on a new kind of overseas partnership to deliver complex projects and what challenges they can expect. Today we have Apurva Jain with us, one of our senior managers, and we are going to talk about MEP design and BIM partnerships and their implementation. Apurva has more than 15 years of experience working with UK, US, and Australia projects. Thank you, Apurva, for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, Sujana.
So let's get to the first question.
Sure.
Okay. When you consider global design partnerships involving MEP design and BIM, what works and what doesn't?
Good question. Honestly speaking, a few things I'd say. So for MEP design and BIM, what I feel generally works is, trust. You want to work with a partner who you can rely on for MEP design and BIM. You don't like surprises, right? Someone who has the expertise and experience of having done it before versus, doing it for the first time and treating the whole project as a learning experiment. Having the needed flexibility in terms of timelines, time zones, and importantly, adhering to the project schedule and changes here or there. And also efficiency, you want a partner who understands the project requirements quickly and make sure that, the project is delivered the right way first time itself. So when all these elements come together, the clients save on cost, save on time, without doing any heavy lifting or, expecting their team to become BIM experts overnight. On the other end, what generally doesn't work is, if there is no trust, if communication generally feels like another game of Chinese whispers, there is not the needed experience in terms of code standards or the engineering software, or the implementation of BIM feels more of a challenge than adoption itself. So when these things happen, so generally project delivery suffers, quality definitely suffers, and that this leads to a lot of overall stress.
What are the challenges that customers experience when adopting the BIM process?
So in my experience, challenges can be varied, but some of them would be basically investment in hardware and software. That becomes a big investment, a big cost in itself, right? Training your team up confidently, maintaining the speed of delivery while defining the new workflows, and coordinating with the different stakeholders. You have different people who work in their own model and they have their own thought process, and when you have firms who try to scale up quickly, it always leads to several challenges for them.
So those are like some key things to
Yeah.
think of and take care of, right?
Yep.
So the next question is, what are the practical solutions then to these challenges that you just mentioned?
I would say the easiest solution to all of this is to basically partner with a team, who have the know-how of the needed tools. They have the needed experience. And they've done this day in day out when it comes to project delivery. So when that happens, you don't need to reinvent the wheel or spend months figuring out which button does what. Uh, you can partner with the right team and ensures there is you save on cost and time, and they do the heavy lifting, and you basically can concentrate on clients and growth.
So it's all about choosing the right partner.
I would say so, yeah.
Okay. And my last question is, how can these partnerships benefit from balancing design, quality, speed, and coordination?
So I would say if you partner or team up with the right partner,
Yeah.
right? Sorry, you don't need to choose between delivery or speed, or quality or speed. I'm sorry. You get both. Uh, if you have the right partner in place, they will basically ensure there is consistent deliveries, which are on time, and with the needed quality. And you can spend, or the team can spend that time, to look after the strategic work, instead of chasing after drawings.
Great. Thank you so much, Apurva, for sharing your practical and insightful thoughts on this topic.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for our next episode.